what is your journey and how was it from your childhood till Agency Adda?
This is one tip, for entrepreneurs who are looking into partnerships. It is always good to take complementing partnerships.
And what are the most common mistakes any agency owners makes?
कि भाई आपने पहला client, you approached your first client, whatever you quoted, that person paid you that amount.
Which all platform this book is available for now?
Book is available on Amazon, Amazon Prime, Flipkart.
Service providers and seekers from different sectors, PR, marketing, CAs.
So what makes this different from other networking group?
I think it is the transparency. So what we want to build is like a cohesive platform which can cater to everything.
That payments आ नहीं रही हैं, मैंने काम कर दिया है.
To ensure the community grows and thrives in a manner where people connect.
Who's the biggest risk taker?
I like to go in a more meticulous way.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Roadways podcast where we bring you real stories, real journeys, and real success. I am your host Chetan Mehta, and today's episode is for all the entrepreneurs, agency owners, and freelancers out there looking to scale their business the right way. Joining me today are two powerhouse women, Archana Purohit and Upasana Purohit, who is a co-founder of Agency Adda. These sisters have built a platform that's reshaping how service providers connect with businesses without the typical bidding wars. And they've even authored a book, The Agency Blueprint, to help agencies scale faster. So we are going to dive deep into their journey, the biggest mistake agency owners make, and some practical strategies you can apply today. So let's get started, guys, and let's welcome Archana and Upasana. So, what inspired you both, with an age gap of at least 10 years? Was this a shared vision or like it was like a spontaneous idea? Like, how did you start?
So for me, I have been in the industry for over 17 years as a service provider. That is, I have had my agency. I have been on the corporate side also. And in January, when I left my corporate position, I was the CEO of a leading company, a 500 crore plus company, which had acquired my agency a couple of years ago. Um, I was in a zone where I wanted to work with startups. I realized one thing: I'm not a corporate person, I'm a startup person. So I was mentoring startups at T Hub, which is India's largest incubation center, and I was working with a lot of startup agencies, and I was helping them scale as a coach, as a mentor, and I was, creating formats for them, sharing my mistakes, sharing my learnings with them, and I used to journal and I used to create notes and details for them. And during that journey I realized, when I was in between all these manuscripts and templates that I was designing for them, that okay, this is good material, I can put it together as a book. Maybe one on one as a coach I can work with 5 agencies or 6 agencies at a given point of time, but a book or a knowledge source that I will build will be carried forward with anyone and everyone, right? It need not be a somebody who's already having an agency. It can be an aspiring entrepreneur. It is the best material for student entrepreneurs. People who want to start from zero and scale upwards. So this book was basically my notes,
Right.
right? And the templates that I was creating for these startups that I was working with and for. And I realized that something that I had achieved in 6 months or 8 months, when I was working with these templates and working with these startup founders, I was able to give it to them and they were able to turn things around in 3 months, 4 months. And that's when I realized that one time can be a fluke, two time can be a fluke, right? But if three or four or five or like a dozen of entrepreneurs are able to do that, then my aim with the book is to probably reach thousands, or if I'm lucky, even lakhs of entrepreneurs and do that. So that's how the book came. And while the book was building, I think
I think we had like a major discussion, right? We keep having these few brainstorming sessions where we keep sharing, right? Our experiences, our client experiences. And that's when we realized that there was a fragment. This is like a huge industry with almost 100 plus unicorns, 2000 plus startups, yet it is so fragmented.
I have researched a little bit on you, Basna, and I think you were a great TT player in your childhood. So how comes you joined your sister in this venture? What was the thought behind that?
I
Or
think
did she approach you that, I have this vast experience and
I
let's
think I
do
think it's an
something to
amalgamation of everything. I'll say.
right.
I think it was genuinely her expertise, her idea, and somewhere while I was freelancing as a digital marketer, there were so many gaps that I understood. Like, somewhere or the other, this service sector industry, though this industry is almost 50,000 crore industry with almost a CAGR of 20 to 25%, yet the seekers are finding their providers via word of mouth, and there is like no platform, nothing. And I think somewhere we saw this gap, obviously had like a major brainstorming session over it, did a lot of market research again, and is where we started this together and thought that no, this collaboration can streamline this industry.
So, though the book and the culmination and the knowledge was mine, I think she's the foot soldier here. She's gone, she's done all the research that needed to go into vetting that is this something that is viable. Are people going to come? So she went out there, she spoke to people, she worked with them, did the market research. So I think I'm the not the silent, but I think I'm the talking partner, she's the doing partner here.
So, I just wanted to ask both you guys that, what is your journey and how was it from your childhood till Agency Adda?
I think we've always been two separate kind of people. She's been a risk taker. She's actually been an entrepreneur from the start, right? On the contrary, I have had a more sporty background, I might say, and somewhere or the other, it always complemented. So we thought that, take this ahead in an agency.
Yeah, so she brings in the focus and the discipline that a sports person brings in, okay? And I bring in the spontaneity and the risk taking ability your typical Marwadi business person brings in. So
Right.
so I think though we look like chalk and cheese, but I think we complement each other, and that also keeps us sane when we are working as a partner. So this is one tip, for entrepreneurs who are looking into partnerships. It is always good to take complementing partnerships, especially if you are doing business or working within the family. It's really very important, because if you are very similar to each other, you will turn blind eye to a lot of things. So we probably did not have arguments when we were kids, okay, because I was 10 years elder to her, she was younger, so either she listened to me or I gave in. So we never had arguments like typical siblings would while they would grow up, right? But I think now we are having loads of these healthy arguments. We will like be like, no, this is not right, that is not right, and I will put forward my point, she will put forward her point with her data and insights, and then even now sometimes I give in and sometimes she gives in, but that is because we are supporting each other and we are bringing in proof on the table. So I think my advice to anybody who's doing partnership businesses are very, very difficult and tricky.
It is,
I
it
think
is.
you are running a partnership
Yes.
business also.
Yes.
So it is always good to have complementing skills and giving space to each other and putting your point. And if you prove your point, you win the case.
Oh, it is. It is. It
Yeah.
is always. I think this is something which most of partnership business, usually should do, because complementing each other and listening is the key point, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, I think you've done a lot of things, before starting Agency Adda. And so, what is your experience, in terms of consulting over 50 plus service businesses, uh, you know, and what are the most common mistakes, any agency owners makes?
So I think the most common mistake any agency owner or founder does in the initial years, and I did plenty of them myself, is one is not pricing it right, and second is not understanding or underestimating scope creep. So, what usually happens is when you are starting out, you are so desperate to get work, so to say yes to any form of work, that you will say that let it come, dekh lenge.
But I think this is like, I would say this is like human tendency that,
This is human tendency,
someone
but
has invested something and if I talk about myself, sometimes I also, do this that, yeah, let's do it. कोई बात नहीं, कर लेते हैं.
so when you're doing it for smaller gigs, it will not affect. But when you're working with a larger corporate, and if you are underestimating your scope and pricing, there are two things that will go wrong. One problem that might happen is you will underprice yourself, right? When you're underpricing yourself, you will dry yourself thin. One or two projects is okay, but if that becomes a habit, you will never be profitable. You will be doing a lot of revenue. In the end, you are going to be a solopreneur or self-employed person. You are going to struggle from month to month, right? Second thing that happens is people will have this bread crumbling or once in a flash in a pan kind of a situation कि भाई आपने पहला client, you approached your first client, whatever you quoted, that person paid you that amount, so you are like कि भाई this is my rate. Maybe you are overcharging. That one client did not know, and what will happen next is you will not be able to convert clients, and you have set that benchmark.
Right.
So, pricing is basically something where everything is accounted for. Your hiring, your team cost, your technical cost. So, getting the pricing right as per the market conditions also and your service quality. That is, if you are able to internalize that and correctly analyze what is your pricing point. You might want to be massy, but you are not massy, you might be classy. Or you want to charge a premium, but you are not premium, your services are very basic. So, understanding that pricing and service ka mixture
Is
is
important.
very, very important
Very
for the first 6 months.
So the agency blueprint, how did this happen?
So, Agency Adda is the ultimate agency blueprint, the book. Like I told you, it was a culmination of putting together notes, templates, and details for the startups I was coaching and mentoring and working with. And when the material got together, I thought it's like a perfect recipe for a book.
Right, and that's how
It's
started.
like a self-help for agencies
Okay,
or startups.
right, and which all platform this book is available for now?
Book is available on Amazon, Amazon Prime, Flipkart. Notion Press is our publisher, so it's available on the Notion Press website. It's available on Amazon UK and Amazon US also. And we will be having the ebooks out soon.
Great. So what is the most valuable takeaway from your book? If any of our viewers is have not, read your book, but what is the valuable takeaway for them?
So, I will not tell them the valuable takeaway because I want them to read the book. But when you are asking me that one most important thing, so I have built the book in a way that you don't need to go through all the chapters in the same order. You can pick up the book, pick up any chapter. Like, if your mood is want to understand your niche, you can pick up the chapter and you can understand what niche. If you want to understand, if you are a new entrepreneur and you are starting out your journey, I think starting with chapter 1 is most important, because that will may help you understand your personality, and based on that it will help you build your business and your team. If you are somebody who's already running a business and you are stuck on pricing, you can just flip to the pricing page. If you're an agency who have been in the business for 10 years, 15 years, and suddenly you are facing existential crisis, you move on to the tech or agility part of the chapters, right? Where we are talking about how you can adapt to the new age technology and make your agency agile and profitable. So there is something in there for everyone. Depending on where you are in your entrepreneurial or agency journey, you can pick that chapter.
So it's for
And
like everyone.
yeah, everyone. So basically, this course book you have to read it through.
Nice. So, a marketplace with a twist. We were discussing before the shoot as well. So, unlike Upwork or Fiverr, Agency Ida is not a bidding based platform, right?
So this is her forte.
It's not at all a bidding place. So what we have done is we've developed an AI matchmaking system, right? So if you think, if a startup is there, suppose I'll give you an example. If there's a startup who want to build a logo, for them, more than logo, starting the business will get more important, right? Versus a luxury company who want to have some changes in their logo. For them, that will be everything. So an agency might not be able to cater both. Here, what we want to do is ensure that there is segregation according to the client and what clicks and work for the client. So the AI tool will help seekers match with the right providers according to what they want. Because let's be honest, around 40% of the service seekers go via word of mouth. And what they truly want is a proper platform that can help them seamlessly collaborate with the provider. Because I'll tell you from a discovery call, from a provider's point of view, I'll tell you, a discovery call to a pitch to a final getting on board. Uh, if the seeker is on board, it takes almost 45 to 60 days, right? We want to crunch that time to 45 to 60 minutes. And that can happen on this platform.
And that's why
That's why this
it's better.
marketplace, and that's why it is better.
So, Upasana, can you share some key growth stats? Maybe uh, number of service provider or businesses or maybe community members on board till now.
Yeah, so our platform will be launching soon. And right now, the community has almost 200 service providers and seekers from different sectors: PR, marketing, CAs, lawyers, right? And I think we almost have a daily interaction between them where people keep asking about some or the other requirement. And we have almost touched 50 plus requirements have been matched via just the community.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I think roughly on the community, it is taking almost 24 to 48 hours for a seeker to match with its provider. Because we've received messages that we've got this many. I think we've got plenty of options, and not just one. The seekers are also getting multiple options in their sector. If suppose they need like a digital marketing agency, because we have multiple providers, they have option to choose from, and which is matching their requirement.
Got it. So, you build an engaged community of 250 plus members in 2 months. So, what makes this different from other networking groups?
I think it is the transparency, what I feel. One, there's transparency. Second, there is no monetary value that we charge on the community. It's free of cost. We don't take anything. We want the community to build. We want the marketplace to build. We want there should be a seamless collaboration between
Right.
seekers and providers. So maybe once the platform launches, we might take a nominal fee, obviously for the AI and technical advancement. But here it is completely transparent, free of cost, and we just want this industry to flourish and have like a steady, what do you call it, a more organized growth.
I think it's a great initiative that I would say you're helping people or maybe businesses to grow and obviously without charging them anything right now. So I think this is the great platform you guys have built. So any success story from Agency Ada users, whether from the platform or maybe book or maybe your community workshops.
I think in community, I can say, like I mentioned, be it small gigs, as small as someone wanting a video editor, or a big, like, there is, I recently got a contact where there was a person who wanted a digital marketing agency to handle a complete league.
Okay.
So, be it a small gig or a big project, uh, touch wood, it's happening and people are connecting.
And when it comes to the book, I would not say the book, but before the book has been, my coaching programs and stuff. So I have worked with over 10 agencies, and out of 10, 8 of them, they were able to break even within the first 3 months. And two of them who were like already existing agencies, we were able to scale their, profitability almost by 3x in a span of 6 months. So, yes, the ways are a testament, and now we want to figure out and reach out to more and more people with the same.
Great. So right now, let's say the businesses or maybe the service providers you guys are focusing on, they are only law, CA, and digital marketing, or is it like l- more to it?
So what happens is whenever, like I mentioned, almost 59% of the startups and businesses now prefer outsourcing their services. And when it comes to outsourcing, there are so many domains,
Right.
right? There's marketing, obviously. There's legal side also. There's financial side also. So what we want to build is like a cohesive platform which can cater to everything.
Everything.
Right, yeah. So that's why, obviously, marketing, PR, sales, video editing, website development, everything is a part of this platform. Along with that, there you'll get legal and technical support as well. Legal, technical, and financial, all the
Great.
three.
So that means one
It's
stop
like
shop.
a complete thing,
Right.
one stop solution.
Yeah. Great. So what was the hardest challenge you faced in building Agency Adda, and how did you overcome it?
So I think Agency Adda is still in making, and the vision which we have for Agency Adda, the platform, is big, is scary. Like we say, you should have big, scary, audacious goals. So it is like that. What we've done right now is we have phased it out. So the phase one, which is already live right now, is basically matching requirements, getting as many providers and seekers on board, and seeing their connections happen. Phase two, we will be introducing financial transactions via the platform that will basically safeguard the interest of seekers and providers. Phase three, we will be having project mapping, following up, seeing if there is any gap in the process. So basically, it's going to be process assimilation, and from there on, we are going to make it more and more integrative of the entire process, hand holding the entire process. So that is our way of making the entire fragmented service ecosystem in a many orderly or in a cohesive manner. We have done it as per these three phases. So right now our biggest challenge is spreading this message and getting people on board. And I think as we move ahead, the challenges might change, but this industry is not collaborative by nature. So the biggest challenge we are going to face is getting people in the collaborative mindset.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah, creative
important.
people
Yeah.
are not very collaborative in nature. They are very competitive, especially the service industries. So hence, I think the challenging part is going to be getting everything on one platform, getting everyone to open out to each other and collaborate for the larger growth of the service community.
So Upasna, I think we know about the book, we know about the platform. Let's talk something about community as well.
Yes, so I think, like I also already mentioned, the community Touchwood is growing. We have seekers and providers that are connecting and asking for their requirements. What we have, what our future plan is to ensure the community grows and thrives in a manner where people connect, not just virtually, but in person as well. So we will be having community mixers in different cities. We are aiming for tier 2, tier 3 for now, right? And also workshops. So that apart from connecting, there is sharing of knowledge as well, which will, help grow and thrive, be good for the community.
So what was the hardest challenge you faced in building Agency Adda?
So I think the most difficult part in building Agency Adda has been getting the community and people together and getting them to collaborate. because by nature service industry and businesses are very, very competitive. The government has gone ahead and we have built a beautiful ecosystem for startups to thrive. There is funding available, there is mentorship available, there is a lot of guidance available for them. So for a startup there is a lot of infrastructure available for them to thrive, grow, fall back on. But the same thing is missing for the service industry. And hence, the service industry by nature is very competitive. You will never see probably Gen Z collaborators or creators you will see collaborate, but a generation above or till about 5 6 years ago, um, we could not see agencies collaborate or lawyers collaborate or CAs collaborate. Similar industry collaborations are very rare to find because that community feeling is not there. They are constantly feeling insecure, they are constantly feeling competitive. So our biggest challenge is to break that mold and create that support system or that ecosystem for service providers also, because ultimately they are also startups, right? You will have lot of programs for manufacturing startups, for tech startups. We see zero programs for service based startups. So what we want to do is we want to build this ecosystem and this industry and this business where our ultimate goal is the service community, the providers, and we want to provide them with a seamless process which is based on collaboration, trust, and transparency.
Also, like we've seen the real estate sector. The real estate sector, for example, before 99 acres versus after 99 acres, right? People are able to list their properties, are able to navigate, search, find, right? Similarly, in automobiles, say car 24, before and after that, right? There has been a growth.
Yes,
You
there
know,
has been, yes.
Similarly, we want to tap into this sector majorly because there currently isn't any platform that binds everyone together. And what we want to do is create that platform and, like she said, you know, make a more collaborative than a competitive place.
So, what's next for Agency Adda? Is it any upcoming features, workshop, or any expansions that listeners should know about?
Yes, I think as we talk, the app is launching right away. What we have started is with a beautiful AI matchmaking tool, which will ensure that seekers and providers seamlessly match, and there's the click between them. On the second phase, what we want to ensure is having a financial transaction, a safeguard financial transaction between the two, right? So that there's this problem that we face कि अरे client पैसे नहीं दे रहा है, अरे हमने पैसे दे दिया काम नहीं हो रहा है. So what we want to do is streamline that in a manner where phase wise, as you work, the payment is done, and that way you move ahead, so there's no confusion and back and forth is not there. And as we move ahead on the third phase, what we want to do is ensure that there is a proper contract management that happens, which ensures the legalities are also taken care of.
Got it. So it's more of like automation of this particular this process that which people usually face. I know that payments आ नहीं रही हैं, मैंने काम कर दिया है या उन्होंने काम नहीं करा है और मैंने पैसे दे दिए. So I think
Also, if the client is over asking, but बात तो इतनी की हुई थी.
yeah. So these are the very very big challenges which everyone faces, in this segment. So I think that's one of the
So hope
best part I would
we
say.
can have you sign up also.
Yeah, definitely. I have, like you said that that earlier that connecting maybe video editors. So it is like my line of business. So I will definitely sign up and come in that community. So guys, a quick fire round,
Yes.
Please.
and so I don't know. What I researched about you guys, it's all professional, and I wanted to know a little bit you guys in person, or maybe that, or maybe what is what. So let's start with something. I don't know. I have nothing in my mind. I've not written anything, but yeah, let's start and see. So who's the biggest risk taker?
It's her, obviously. I think I like to go in a more meticulous way. So
Right.
she's
Yeah.
the one.
And that's what you said
All
earlier.
over the place.
Yeah. What's the biggest agency pricing mistake?
I think undercharging.
I was about to say overcharging, but yeah, it's about charging only. So ensuring that pricing
Right.
is done right.
So let's talk to Upasna first. This is for her. What's your favorite business mantra?
I think I've mentioned this. For me, it is all about collaborating and not competing.
And for you?
For me, it is about being resilient and agile at the same time.
Oh.
So that's a tricky one.
So who's better in working late hours between you guys?
I think we both work late hours.
No, I think she works late hours. I cannot wake up early and I cannot stay up late. So people are morning people or night people. I'm like I think an
Day
afternoon
people.
person.
A rapid fire question for you.
Yeah.
Do you do parties on weekend?
Oh yes.
Do. What about you?
I think it's all about work hard, party hard. I think more than party, I like to just go off a solo trip.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
I think I am more in this farming zone right now. So I think probably I did party a couple of years ago, but right now I think I have my plant babies. I will do some organic farming. So that's my de-stress, and I think I play Lego with my son. He's 9 years old, and we are into gaming and Lego and all those things. So I think Saturday nights are more about puzzles than parties.
Nice. So, if not agency Adda, what would you both be doing today?
I think I would work in the social enterprise segment. I am in that zone in my life. Probably I've done all the running around. So I want to do something around the community. So probably I would be still doing partly what I am doing, mentoring startups, working with the startup ecosystem, and helping build something that matters.
Yes. What about you, Basna?
I think I take the running around for now. I think somewhere in the sports industry, grassroots sports development around that lines. But then again, I think I would be thinking about this sector only. So eventually, again down the line, I would have reached hopefully here.
Right. So, one business leader or maybe entrepreneur you like the most.
So I think I like many. One would be difficult. So I like couple of them for different reasons. Right now, where I am, I think my all-time favorite has been Gaurav Maria. I have worked with him. I started my career like when I worked with my father. He owns a newspaper in Central India. I started as a journalist with him. When there were a couple of years I was in Delhi and Mumbai, so I was the youngest bureau head with them working in Franchise India. Sachin Maria, the CEO of Franchise India, has written the foreword for my book also. So I draw an inspiration from Gaurav Maria because he built an industry, a ecosystem, and a community in the franchising world about 20 years ago in India when franchising as a word was also not known to people. So he has built something, a community which was an unbelievable dream. He chased that and he's built that. So I like that. The second person I really look up to is also my mentor, Mr. Rajiv Talreja. The way he has bought in, and I have taken his workshops and I have done his courses and stuff. So I think a lot of my learning around building a system and a process and importance of that early on has come from him. And so yeah, these two people are people I have seen and worked up close. There'll be a lot of entrepreneurs, you'll see their spreadsheets and their things like that, but I have seen these two people work up close and personal. And it is very difficult, when you really work close to an entrepreneur, there are 90% chances you end up hating them. Right? So but having worked closely in and around these people, and I'm still inspired. So that.
Yes. And how about you, Basna?
For me, it's my grandfather, Shri Banwari Lal Purohit. He has been a former governor of 4 states. He has an entire empire of not just business but an educational empire as well. And what inspires me is one, his grit, his determination from how he started from almost nothing, and how he's built a community around which so many people are a part of, and so many people will always be a part of. His discipline, you know, it is the value and the culture that he gets into, not just his business, not just his empire, but everything that surrounds him. And that is something that I want to get into, a community and a wholesome vibe. I don't know if that matches with the term, but yeah, a wholesome vibe which, connects everything, builds everything, is pure, transparent, and to the point, without any clutter, without any nonsense. I don't know how to put it, but yeah.
Clean business.
Clean business. Clean and yeah, clean business.
So now I know that, from where it's coming from. That's why Agency Adda is there. That, it's your grandfather who have, I think, been your mentor, or maybe I think yours also.
Yes, he's our
Yeah. So that's nice. So one last question to each of you. Describe each other in one word.
Mine just got flooded with so many words for her.
I will say for her, it's a go-getter. Um, I've seen her since she was a baby. I think she can't say the same about me. But I have that 10-year head start, I think.
Yes.
I've seen her as a go-getter. Whatever she sets her mind on, she gets it done. It doesn't matter whether that's her domain or whether it's not. She's a go-getter. And then whatever needs to be done to get what she wants, she will do it. All the hard work, all the running around, all the learning, she will not shy away from it once she sets her eye on it.
And what about her?
I think
I
I
know I
think-
asked her one word, but that's okay.
So go-getter is the word.
Yeah.
Rest of it was the explanation.
Right.
I think for me, I think it's the amount of knowledge, the agility, the that she brings in along. I don't know. She just fits in everywhere. She just know what to say, when to say. I think I think she's been my inspiration.
That's
You
the
know, I've
gift of the
always-
gab.
Yeah. The way she's adjusted to all the dynamic digital world, and, navigating through everything. So, in such a poised manner.
Nice. Right. So that's it, guys. I think it was a great conversation we had today. And thank you so much.
Thanks to you, Chetan. This has been a wonderful conversation. Very rarely we find people so invested in our world. So, it has been a pleasure talking to you.
So, guys, that was an incredible conversation with Archana and Upasna. So many insights on running a successful service based business. If you found this valuable, please follow Agency Adda, check out their book, and join their growing community. And make sure to subscribe to the Roadways podcast for more inspiring stories. Until next time, keep hustling and keep growing. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.